What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today I'm going to focus in on Sidney Crosby, who right now is being outscored by Rob Scuderi through 5 games. Scuderi has an apple in the season, and Sid the Kid is pointless. Numbers obviously aren't great for Sid, and Crosby's one of those guys, and LeBron's the same way in the NBA. It's like no matter, anytime they're in a slump, it's the worst. They're done. They're washed up. I mean, Bill Simmons pretty much wrote LeBron off for dead last year in November, and then by the way, he's really really good. This is gonna happen. It's the nature of the beast. And like Mark Twain said, reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. It's one of those things. If Crosby has 3 assists tomorrow night against the Panthers, like, oh yeah, he's really good. Why did I not think that? The great ones always find a way to get themselves back on track. Pittsburgh has not looked great through 5 games. Let's just be totally honest. Actually, their bright spot, much like the playoffs last year, was Marc-Andre Fleury, who's got a 183 goals against and 937 save percentage. But somehow, someway, he's still going to take the blame because that's just how things work. But again, they're going to figure it out. They've got the talent. Talented teams find a way. I'm not the biggest fan of the coaching staff. I'm not the president of the Mike Johnston fan club. But at the same time, I think even he's a good enough coach where he can figure out, all right, we do this different. If we change things up a bit, that's just, they can get, find more success that way. I wouldn't hit the panic button just yet. There are teams that are teetering on the panic button, and again, Pittsburgh has not looked great. I'll be the first to admit that. And I was the guy that was excited to watch them all year, going, Crosby, Kessel. But no, there's going to be some slumps. You're going to have to take your lumps, proverbially speaking. But I think, the talent's there where they can figure it out. I mean, I really like, first of all, any team that has Sidney Crosby and Kenny Malkin's going to be fine. You add Phil Kessel to that mix. Maybe Kessel has to learn to play without the puck a little bit more, if you saw the 700 word write-up I did on Kessel, his best year as a pro came playing with Marc Savard, who was the primary stick handler, if you will, on that line in Boston. If Kessel can get back to those ways, and I think he can, he's a smart enough player, good enough player, he'll be just fine, the team will be fine. I mean, it's a long season, and being 2-3 through 5 games isn't what the Penguins wanted. But if you're looking for a silver lining, and look at the way Fleury's been playing, you're like, all right, our big guns aren't producing, but our number 1 draft pick / 31-year-old goalie is playing really, really well. And from there you can build upon that. Pittsburgh's at home tomorrow against the Panthers, and then I think they're at home for a little bit. So you can remedy the solution at home and go from there. Again, it's just such a psychological game. And I don't think Crosby's pressing. I think he's one of those guys. He's too good of a player. And I think he maybe puts at times a little too much pressure on himself, but I don't think he's pressing per se. I think they can, the defensemen can play a little bit better, in terms of transition, facilitating, and particularly, setting up on the power play. But, beyond that, I think everything's going to fall into place. It's one of those things, if you're a Penguins fan, you're panicking right now. I mean, Crosby has no points through 5 games this season. Oh well. He's proven time and again he can produce. He's okay at putting the puck in the back of the net. So we'll see what happens. Penguins got Florida Tuesday, Dallas at home Thursday, then they're in Nashville, and then Washington the next 2 games. So Barry Trotz's former team and Barry Trotz's current team, and obviously the reintroduction of the Crosby-Ovechkin rivalry on October 28th, which happens to be my birthday, so that's a pretty good birthday present, watching 2 of the all-time greats, or the all-time greats of the last decade go ahead that. Anyway, that's like an episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes of the season and beyond. Later, guys.